Let's do that. All green. In hindsight, I really should have primed them black. There's so much stuff I just can't get to on these little guys. Oh. No, I can't remember what I used for that fur. It's been so long. Woodman skeleton. I'm thinking Gore Grunter. Like Gore Grunter on white. I don't think I would have watered down. I don't reckon I would have watered down the rat. Unless that comes in a contrast now? I don't remember it did, actually. I think it was a... wouldn't have been Cygor Brown, it would have been not Fire Slayer Flash either. I probably should do Fire Slayers again. I actually really enjoy painting those guys. Thinking it would have been I don't think I would have done Rat Skin Flesh. Yeah, I don't think I would have done Rat Skin Flesh as the base of these guys because I wasn't using base skin as much. I was using a lot of, because I painted them white to try and do a Zenithal highlight to use contrast. I reckon I would have used Gore Grunter, as that's probably the only one. Unless I use Rattling Grime, but that's way too light to be Rattling Grime. That would have to be Gore Grunter. Just way to check. Yep. Hey. It was Gore Grunter I used. See? I know what I'm talking about. I paint. Yes. I'm gonna do his toes too. Just missed a fair bit in... I haven't started painting. I haven't painted these minis. Jeez. A year? I primed these all ago. And then I think I got really bored. And I was like, I'm gonna do the skin. And just gave up. After probably only like, what, 10 minutes worth of furring. I reckon it's a bit of a touch up. Now, I wonder if it's worth dry brushing that top fur. Really need to wish this camera I could have out a bit more. Because I feel like I gotta like lean over everything where I normally paint here. So I don't think I have anything that will do that. Just somehow to connect it to the light, but I think that'd be way too much glare in that. Yeah, it's way too difficult. Oh. What? Huh. Remind me not to touch that again. It's not even eyes I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to fill in that in and around the eye mask itself without trying to cover the pupil. Well, I should have primed it black. Again, I can't go back, so. I feel like there was a joke there, but I don't know what I'm allowed to get away with. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not thinking. Quick fucking power fix that. I gotta pick out all these rivets on this. So it's not fully happy with that, and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with it. I think it's the pants. They're just not like in this part here. They don't seem to be like bright. So trying to think if I do some Troll Slayer in a dry brush, that might fix some of what I'm thinking. Maybe. I'm going to throw a little bit on there because I'm going to use it. And then gotta love a wood block. Come up with that my idea myself. Just removes 95% of what I'm trying to achieve. I know it's not more like a dry brush at this point, this is like a smearing. But what I'm trying to hopefully achieve is no accents. I'm not making wrong decisions, just happy accents, right? Mr. Bob Ross. If I increase the orange saturation, probably grab a little bit of orange here. Oh, I got the wrong brush, didn't I? Yeah, this one's got a feathered end. This one's brushes. Needs to be taken to the gulag. This is the boy. This brush here is the doozy. The thutter, if you will. If I thin that right out. And then I probably should clean my dry brush right in here. I'm going to have a very gingery dry brush. The old off the pants technique. Bulk up that layer there. Maybe orange is the way to go. And then make the tabard red. Orange? Oh, well, who better to not lead a ginger rat colony? I was actually just trying to achieve a I wonder if that's a thing. I might actually just need some pure that kind of seems a bit nicer. The quality is just god shot sometimes. I don't really see much. It looks like a blob of fucking shit. Need to dial in that camera a bit. Oh well. Here's what it is. Just I reckon it's a thinned out red. Okay, I'm gonna try and take that pure. That looks like that was working better than I thought. That gives a very large color profile. Team Ginger Rat, eh? God, don't get his tail. Okay. So, worry about the eyes last, the most detrimental thing. I want to dry brush this green, but I'm trying to think of like... I think it should have been better if I reversed the colors I'm thinking, if I made the actual body bronze with a dry brush green to sort of give it like a... What was that bronze? More like a copper feel. What if I did in reverse though? Would be a cool reverse. What about thinking a little bit of canaptic alloy? Goes a long way. Like the camera doesn't do this guy too much justice. Like he doesn't want to focus in. It's just focusing in on my fucking hand. It looks like a clear fucking mess. I wonder if it's just too many colours it's trying to pick up on. If I do a little trick here. It's not really doing what I want. It is auto-focusing, but not the way I want it to. Yeah, it's fine. Thinking a little bit of Canoptic Alloy as a dry brush, but maybe it needs something else. Maybe I should bulk in a bit of these tubes as silver or something. Maybe like lead belcher. Or do I just like rattling grime the dude and like just null and oil dump? Unsure how I want to do that. This tail could definitely use some oomph. I think if I rattling grime, kind of gets me where I want to be. I think. It's like a blue-black. Who knows? Only way you're gonna find out is if you see, it just makes it a very odd brown, in my opinion. Oh, that's a bit of colour. What do I do? How do I do this? I need to not add coat. Contrast medium. I need to water it down. Try and turn that into like, I guess you could do the same thing aggro, so that's it, but I kind of want that colour. So I kind of need, what do I need? Oh, I know what I need. I need a like a bowl or a sieve for a sec. I don't have what I'm looking for. I'm gonna have to improvise. Best I can. That'll do. Guess a cup. I was looking for, you know, like a like the thing that, you know, you have mixed paints in, you know, like a little doodaddy, you know, like the ones with the little circle dishes. I had one. Where it is, beyond me. I did have one somewhere close, but I thought. So, that is what it is. Use a little bit of this. I don't actually know how to use this properly. I just know what it does. And essentially, it's a medium that makes it so that your contrast paints go thin, but also allows it to keep the pigmentation. At least that's how I think it works. So that looks right. Kind of need another brush in here. Need a brush that can pick shit up a bit. One of those will do. Jesus, that brush is stiff. So, rattling grime with contrast medium. So it'll create like a paste in a way. And then a little bit of water. should theoretically do what I want it to do, which is just... Yeah, I just grabbed way too much there. Yeah, I grabbed way too much. Kind of want that to just... I guess Null and Oil could have just done the exact same thing here, but I'm trying to get like a little bit of grittiness. You know, like he's playing football, you know, like not supposed to be like a not supposed to be thing. I almost think like this could almost go on in and around the feet a bit too. Just blending things together here a bit, I think, is what I'm trying to achieve. Not being afraid. These models cost me nothing. A good dear friend of mine printed them for me, so you know, like. I wonder if that will. I'm scared to use it on the tail because it can't turn back. But what I do need to do is I need to take it out of that clock. Yeah, because that was pulling up a bit too much than I want. Yes. So, tail is interesting though. I don't know if I should highlight it and bring it up, then dull it with a wash and highlight it one more time. Or if I want to use this rattling grime mix to sort of just get a real dark and pinky colour. Okay, so pink is a mixture of essentially red and white. Red's natural mixture is blue. So would that make, if I was to wash it blue? No, I think that would make it bad. Nope. I'm trying to think, what else could I do? I could, well, I know to do purple, you base it off yellow to get a brighter, deep purple. I actually think this might just be a shading. But what? Rakash Flesh, maybe? Or Reichland Flesh Shade? Get a bit of orange, dead, like warm tone. Oh, again, one of those things you only know until you do it. And then if you make a mistake, you know not to do that in the future. This is just my test model essentially, so it's just to see if I like the idea. And if I don't, it's something to be played on a board game, and who cares, right? It's a learning experience. So I need to pull up into that. Perfect. It's got horrible. There it goes. Ah, that was it. That worked. That's perfect. I know the camera doesn't do it justice, but what it allowed it to do was just add that. Add like a like a flesh tone a lot better, add a little bit more colour, and I can, if I really wanted to, I could probably dry brush this when it's dry on these high surfaces to bring a little bit more pink back, even with probably that type of a mixture. Which, for future reference, that was just Screamer Pink with the Vallejo off-white, which much prefer off-white. Just adds more oomph. Now I do have an interesting thing I want to try with these bases too, which I probably won't try tonight. We'll see. The goal is to complete a full model for a Blood Bowl team, and if I like that, then I'll paint the rest of these guys. For example, this really cool rat orc. Now I've played a game with these guys once. I haven't played again since with a good mate of mine. Life got the better of me, so the goal is to try and almost sort of surprise him that, you know, coming back and come back and I have a full army ready to go to play with him, because, you know, I think it'd be kind of cool. Now, Warpstone green as the eyes. Now I know a lot of people do just like pure red for the eyes, but I'm thinking it's probably too hard because it's a green armor. The red is probably going to be it now, which is probably going to be corn red, because nothing is better than corn. I mean, I actually really want to probably try out that contrast medium a bit more. Oh, okay, cool. So it doesn't really dilute it and such, it just makes it so you can pull it. That was interesting, because that was corn red, which is a base color, and it's very same sort of consistency as like an express or even a contrast paint. Express paints from Vallejo. And this is a fat brush to do the tiniest eye. This is the part where you stop breathing, right? Interesting. It's not as pulling as well as I was hoping it was about to. Yeah, okay. So that contrast medium made it very this word I'm trying to think of. You know, like when you use like pen liner for like Gundam models, where it just goes into the seeps it to the edges, sort of like a shade. But that's what I kind of did it to the corn red base, which is kind of interesting, something maybe to keep note of in the future. Now, I did just like powder wash most of all of this, so I'm thinking I need to highlight back up this armor, and I'm not trying to overdo it to make my life hard. I'm trying to find a way. I'm thinking these top parts, these trims on the armor plates. I'm gonna also remember like what would look good on this guy in particular. I'm trying to. Maybe the light's too damn bright for this guy. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's washing him out for him. That's a better look. What would look good on this bloke? So what else would make him stand out more? Sliding is a bitch. I have an idea to fix it, but it requires me going into another room and disturbing a child who has my other lamp, so we won't do that. Maybe if I just keep it off to the side, like, if I keep, so like, I know that you see a portion of it here, but what I mean is I can probably pull it up past it. Trying to get a better... So I'm trying to think, not necessarily what works on this guy, but also what would work out on this. I'm thinking the trim that's on the edges, it's on the front, on the plate here, on his cock sleeve. If I do those in gold, like a form of gold, like Stormcast gold, kind of the idea. Man, how many Zandy dust do I need? Sunset yellow. Oh god, where's my gold? Or, actually, that's an idea. Go back to my original thought. I'm gonna make him kind of nurgly at this rate. Oh, that's definitely not mixed. Whoops. Maybe it isn't, it's just... fucking hell. This might take... oh, it is mixed, it's just... wow, that's a lot of paint. I don't know. I want to try and get back in the Blood Bowl. I want to get back in and actually learn it. Because, you know, it's a good way to do something different. You know? God, trying to do this fucking part with his cock sleeve is going to be the hardest part. Had a bit of an idea. Again, it's a learning lesson, right? What if I made the inside orange? Does that look cool? Probably should have painted this white first. Do my off-white thought. How orange do you want to make it? Just thinking, like, should I, because it kind of makes sense, in a way, for it to have, like, a distinct color. I would assume. Big rats. Jesus. Almost kind of like that white. Might leave that. I do think it needs some form of a dry brush on the green though, but I can't think of what. Maybe just another lighter green. What about the warpstone green? Now that's an idea. Now that's good, fuck it. And then we have an issue. Okay, now. That itself needs a shaker, huh? I just have seen another colour from a distance. I'm not gonna go to bed. Till I crack what I'm trying to achieve. Oh, that's really, okay, now that might do something. One of those things you don't really know until you've got a base on there. Oop. I can get this. Well, realistically, I want to be pulling from the top of the shoulder, down, right? That's where like the highlight will be coming from. Sun superficial. And I think I'll just leave that one in the center. Just leave it as normal. You want to do another dry brush. I'm going to use this brush. Just dry brush because it's flat. Just dry brush. Oh, I want to be coming down. Just get in that groove there. I mean, it feels like this is a lot for one character, but like, it is, but isn't, because like, I don't play the, I imagine now, Lead Belch is my always go-to silver, But I don't know if I've got something else that would do that job better. What about another lead belcher? Runefang Steel. It's probably just thinking like, do I want more of a darker look? Probably do, right? So that belcher is probably going to be the winner here. Hey, Old Faithful, pick lead belcher. I need a little bit more of a wiki-walkie. I don't need a lot, so just going to keep it as that. And then thinking the pipes. Give them just gives them like a little bit of a tickle with the old lead belcher. Doesn't feel like that's water enough. It might be the reason why I was struggling there. Always a little bit thicker than others. So. Just didn't seem to want to flow like water. But I don't know if I should just do it on these, like, ribbed pipes. Or should I do it on the smooth pipes too? Probably should do it on the smooth pipes. But I want to do this properly in one fucking good properly. Get the brush a fair bit more wet. There we go. Just always worried about using lead belcher watered down as much because it's got all the metallic flakes in it. Seems to... yeah, it's just gonna need a extra pass. It's like just almost not enough. Like I have found like a little bit of a trick is to have it mostly diluted where it sort of just runs over what you want but doesn't actually pigmentate it as enough, and then coming back with a little bit more pigment for it to then run over itself quite easy. And I don't know how much of that is like true per se, but for me it just seems to fit. So the reason I'm kind of streaming this in a way is to try and remember like how I do this, because that's my biggest fear. Like thing is, like I'll paint an army or paint it, or like a one character, then not remember how I painted it. But at least here I kind of got a palette of sort of what I had. I have a rough idea, you know, of what paints I use and sort of whatnot. So like the armoring is Nocturne green, you know, dry brushed with Baroth blue the pants are done with a mixture of using the Express Vallejo red, then orange, dry brushing, again the off cream, pink, Screamer pink and off cream on the tail. And then I found out that it was Gergrunter fur with the undercoat on white. So that's pretty good. Like even this big boy, he's got a bionic tail, sorry. So I'm gonna probably have to do that in Lead Belcher. But then am I going to wanna take a little bit of knocked up alloy? Test subject, test monkey here. And I mean just very lightly. Take the smallest amount just very lightly lick that pipe. Lick a pipe, eh? Just in those parts that are gonna hit the sun per se. Now, basing wise, I've kind of fucked up because I based, these guys were already pre-based. Well, so I didn't necessarily fuck up. So I don't necessarily know how I'm going to do their basing. I've got an idea. If it works, it's great. If it fails, it kind of ruins a model, I'm going to say. So pop that there. Now, I have to find it. I did buy it just recently. Right, so it's a bit of a cheap system hack. That's my guess. Well, I think it is anyway. A bit of a cheap system. This is just some grass foliage from the Dollar Tree. And I'm thinking PVA glue and just stick that on the bottom. Paint the rim black. Bob's your uncle. I actually don't know what my uncle's name is. I don't have an uncle. Bob's not my uncle. Jimmy Bob is. And I'm thinking that might do what I want. I'm thinking. It's an idea I've had. This shit's gonna go fucking everywhere. I'm thinking Chinese takeaway container. If I have a lid somewhere for it, pretty sure I did. Well, I can find one. Put that in there, and that's just, that. Put the model in. PVA glue on the bottom, and that should be it. As it stands for it. Last thing I really want to do is open this pack of essentially grass. Aha! Thus lid I have found. And have it go everywhere. Warning, choking hazard, small parts not suitable for children under 3 years. Oh. Don't be 3 years old. That's an easy fix. Now I've just moved my microphone. I'll apologise if that just got loud. I have cold black coffee. Oh yeah. I'll put hairs on your chest. Oh my god. This looks like some form of asbestos. Jeez. It didn't seem like that much to bag. Oh, well. It's gonna be green shit in this house for a long time. Oh god. Don't tell me this is the wrong lid. Oh no. Okay. It is the wrong lid. Oh my god, this doesn't shut. Well. It's alright. Like it's just spongy. I don't know if I like it or not. I've got some other tufts here I was thinking of using. I don't know if this bright green is the best. Well, I've got to do something, right? Well, it's a test subject, right? I might put the PVA glue in a container first. So doing the normal tactic of, yeah, just stick it on the bottom. We need a sacrificial PVA glue disputer. Nice one will do. I'll take him off his stand. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work. This might just be fucking horrible. I don't know. I'm going to find out. Fucking hell. Don't know. All I can do is wait. That might be good, that might be horrible. But this is why I try it. I mean, this cost me $3, where you go to any model store, it'll cost you who knows? Gosh, fucking shit ton. Just trying to like squish any of it down onto the PVA. So now, try and get him on a podium in a way, so kind of see it, but like, it's a bit different. Trying to think of like if anything else out of these ones, would any of this work well? I'm thinking like I've kind of just got to stick with that green. Like it's a cheap alternative to these quite expensive ones, but it kind of looks alright. Like it's not like I don't like it. It's just different. Trying to understand. Everything is going to be the same. I reckon with a black, if I'd painted the rim black, if I'd painted the base of it black beforehand, then put that on top, it wouldn't have looked so fully different. But then I'm not sure if I should have used like tacky glue instead than PVA glue. But I've got this green stuff in my beard. Kind of want to see it with a black rim, so I kind of rush this part up a little bit. Just want to see that end result. Mr. Mister, I want to kiss you. I want to see it. I want to be it. Kind of annoyed that I used one of these guys PVA. This brush is actually quite nice. Unironically, the Citadel brush, since I was, God, I don't know how long I've had this brush. God, maybe since I was 10? No, I wouldn't have been 10. I would have been maybe 12 or 13. It's the brush I use for racing rims now. Because it's not shit enough to be a dry brush, and it's not good enough to be a fucking anything else brush. It just goes to show, if you look after shit, you know. Mind you, when I was younger, I was not looking after any of this sort of stuff. I used to just wash them, but not what I do now to brushes. Like me, they get fucking hair product wax in them, keep them nice and straight, they get a boil. It will do. If I have to change something on that, I will do all the blackening of a rim first. That reminds me very much of like early 2000s green. Or I should have, I mean, that's what I should have done. I'll have to go back. When this dries, seeing how it dries, I might do the base brown. Like even like a light dirt brown, like even like a skag brown. Do a light thing on the base, then put the PVA glue, then do the green. And that will come up pretty well. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. I'm actually quite happy with that. My first full rat. Full rat. Now there's a rat in here that's broken that I have to repair. I am really interested to do this guy. Trying to keep my hands out. I genuinely think he would be quite fun to paint. But he's got a lot of like this very steampunk energy is probably what I would describe it. Now if I was to go back, probably slightly change how I do the armoring to do like a canoptic alloy, that sort of like brassy bronze with a reverse flip. Similar how I do my Nurgle armor, which is, you know, like a bronzy, and then I do like a washed down oh god, I don't remember what they used as a wash down, like blue, so you know, like where it starts to deteriorate, like copper starts to deteriorate. I would have probably done that. I kinda wanna... Is this my super glue fix boy? This is! So this guy is the guy that broke. I dropped him today. Fixed it with some super glue. I kind of want to do a couple of like the same guys to get that energy rolling, and then to sort of switch it up a little bit. Like these runners, the cape guys. These guys are going to be fun to paint, but I'm just worried about how I do the cape. If I should do the cape in that like that orange tone, just like bright red, or if I should change that and do like a black, sort of like a black cape with an undertone. Like I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how those guys will work. But they are very cool. When you play the game, these guys are the guy with the mechanical sort of front and back on him. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to rotate that. Yeah. So these guys are the long range sort of cannon guys. So these guys are the ones that shoot it off, and you kind of want to shoot it off into a runner, which is what these guys are, and essentially just handball to these boys. And Mr. fucking Stompy Rocket, he's just there to fuck shit up. I think he's just a defender. I don't think he actually... I can't remember the rules fully, but I'm pretty sure he was just more like a defender. These guys have like really good catch mechanics from memory. These guys have like they're piss poor, but I'm pretty sure they can move like 15 squares essentially, and they just fucking run. So the goal is essentially you want to get the kickers. So that's what these guys are. Get the kicker to try and hit to the launcher essentially, and bounce it into one of these guys to then get him to pass it to a runner and then let him run. And I'm pretty sure the big orc ogre is just, or the ogre, rat ogre, is to just be a defender. I think. I can't quite remember how that one played. And then I'm pretty sure you had these guys who are very similar, defined by the horn. These guys are essentially like a berserker rat, and I think they're just a mixture of everything. Again, I don't remember the rules properly, I remember enough. So I reckon I want to paint up those guys. So I want to do the runners last, the fucking shooter last. Pretty sure there's 2 of them. No, maybe there's only 1. Oh, no, there is 2. Yeah, this one's a really cool model. You can kind of tell he's got the ball in his hand, so he's blasting it downfield. So Mr. Shooter up. So keep these guys separate for the meantime. So runners together. I think it's 4. Oop. And now that I kind of know what I'm doing, I'm trying to batch paint a little bit. But I might do all the main guys first. I keep the Zerks. I'll call them now to themselves. I'm missing an arm. Oh no, it's just telling them to get fucked. Like that, like that, like that. So yeah, I'm gonna do these guys as my main part next. Which reminds me, I need to use Rattling, not Gore Grunter. Gotta close that Abaddon. Abaddon is a very cool character. What was it? I did say it before. It is Gore Grunter Fur. Gore Grunter Fur on Alder Brown. I have to remember that. So my goal is to get this painted and this painted tomorrow. That is my now current goal. Do I like how this turned out with the base? Yes. Do I need to change how I do the fur, the grass stick? Maybe. Might have to pull some of that grassing off and do the brown like I said, and then re-stick it with a bit more PVA glue next time. Just get it really stick, but I actually really like this look now. This is a very, very cool model. One, I'm hoping I get to surprise Leonard with and show him that I can do it. I do have an army and I'm ready to fucking get into it. I'm still not sure if I want to do that yellow or if I want to do that like a warps, like the white as like a warpstone green. I don't know yet. Or like do like a neon green. Like what if I did Tesseract Glow? You know, here's a technical paint. Could be something. But I kind of like the white for now, so I might just I'll just leave it, and if I want to change it later on, I will. Oh, right. So the audio, sorry, is working actually quite well. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna make a pile for these guys. Yeah, clear some room and do this. So. Oh my god. Right. I want it to if I put that there, you can kind of see that I've done one. In a way. So let's get these guys down. Let's clear this green fuckery. Let's get back into it. Should finish the fur on these guys. I feel like I should have done the feet pink. I think on his I just did them brown. And they should probably be pink. Looking at that, but alright. Gotta be brown for now. My goal is to surprise him with an army. Painted, you know, like he printed them for me, so I should. I just can't send any photos to him, even though I'm pretty excited about them. God. I can't not have that extra bit of support. much. Yeah, I like the idea of sort of surprising him. Say like, hey, I actually painted an army for this, so let's play it again. The local shop that we have here has like tournaments on. Fuck, it'd be fun to, you know, learn the game, go down, and then just randomly have to like play against one of your good mates who doesn't know that you're actually in it. I remember why I stopped actually. I was struggling to do the fair on these guys, I just couldn't get it the way I wanted to. But now seeing the end result, yeah, I definitely want to persevere with this. Space is awkward as hell to get in. Maybe just... Oh, that's the wrong ground, isn't it? It's all dried up anyway now. You're right. I was thinking about this. I should probably make the hands pink too. Oh well. Still looks good. Yeah, the one part I don't like doing is the just getting the brown down. I don't know why. It just feels more tedious than everything else. I think that's the reason why I don't like batch painting. Like, I like the idea of doing one model and doing, you know, my best on it, and doing loads of different small ones to essentially get the same result. Like, I don't have to batch paint. It just makes things easier. When I say easy, like, you get more of a like, there's more achievement in it. You know, like, when you finish, you're like, oh, cool. I now don't have to do that 1,000 times. It's like, oh, you already did most of it in that initial runs, and it's just that finalizing. Shout out to me wife for these brushes. Much nicer than I was expecting. I don't get brown on the pink tail area. How did I miss a whole arm? I was like, yep, all done. There's a whole fucking arm still gotta go. But I like the idea of having like a little stream in the background of going for this painting, just so I just can always go back and go, yep, that's the color I used. Because of my previous issues where I went, pretty sure that's what I used, and then completely wrong. So feet, both feet, arms, and the face. One more of that, and then free of the old brown tactic. So, last one to do there. Just want to see how this is dried. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take some of the green off, but quality is just fucking gorge. But I have to take some of that stuff off, paint the base brown, I think, then put more PVA glue on. A lot more glue to get that right, I think. I don't know what I did. Oh, I guess I just did brown again. Not brown. Just did green again. On those other parts that's a little bit harder to reach. Could be worse, could be playing Overwatch. Jesus. I think I'm using contrast paints wrong. Like, I'm very sparing with it. Or I think like the idea of just slapping it on is kind of what you want to go for at this rate. Like, for example, like I was so sparing in the knees here, but if I just lay it thick, it just comes together really well, quite quickly. Some of those things it's just a lot harder to hit. This character's pretty cool. I don't know what to call this one. Steve. got brass knuckles on his gloves. It's like gonna run in, get a cheap shot before he picks up the ball. I like it. There's a lot of like hidden things on these models which I quite enjoy. Like, you know, these are a 3D print. They're not Games Workshop's rats. So they have some pretty unique sort of animations. Almost every model is slightly unique. And I think that helps that thing of what I was saying where I was like, I don't like batch painting because, you know, you just paint the same thing over and over like I did when I did my Nurgles. This just makes it so you can, yeah, they all have their own story. Like each one has their own different sort of personality. Like for example, this rat. He's got his thumb to his throat, saying he's going to kill someone. And he has a dagger on his back. You know, that's just cool. And he's the only one like that. Like, there's not 3 of that. You know, the only one that I would say is like so close in posing is the guy I originally painted. And this guy, but he's got his hands down, sort of like in that catch position, like, you know, sitting behind a pack. Where the other guy, he's more, you know, in that front line ready to catch the ball. Where, you know, he's in the huddle. But they're all unique, which I just, yeah, I think is what makes it a little bit more interesting to paint. And like, I'm gonna paint this guy's ears. Do that final little in and around the bottom of his eyes. Thank the Lord Jesus. That's that done. Now, did I do pants first? Should I do all the... I think I did pants first. Now, should I start with straight orange? Or should I do red? Should just do it the same way I did it, right? Which was red, dry brush for orange, base orange, sorry, back over with the red, and then a final dry brush with orange. Music's not too bad for what it is. It's just non-copyrighted supposed rock music. That's not bad. There's this wolf stripe on the pants that I reckon if I was to paint that white, it would sort of add to it. So like, I don't know, like when I do the batch painting, should I wait for the orange to dry, then swap to all of them, then come back and then do a second coat, then come back and then do a third coat? Or do I just wait that little bit longer and just do them all individually? I think it's better to just do them individually, because like, you just keep switching. Oh, I just noticed he's got some fur sticking out his pants. Oh, there's a rip. I just painted it orange. So I'll go back later and fix that up. Probably got to fix it up on the other one then. That might be a thing. Well, I guess I'll do it this way then. It's kind of easier, kind of hard. Do 2 coats of the red. Go back, do the basing on the orange. So like in those top parts, like in the... What the fuck? That was fucking bullshit. I went fucking flying into the wet palette. You fucking made a fucking rifle. What is this, the orcs? Make it out of anything. I'm gonna try and go a little bit thicker this time on the contrast. Try and speed up that process. No, it doesn't really matter. It's the same regardless. This guy's easier to paint his pants though, he's that much. Paint his bunghole. Oh, that's a really annoying spot. This is why I kind of like priming them in black, because it's an annoying spot to reach. You could just forget about it. And when it's white, it sticks out like a fucking sore thumb. Oh, you know what I could have done? Could have done the same thing I did on my orcs, which is essentially do like a wash across the whole model before I even start. In, you know, a brown or something. To just take away some of that edging. That's almost one where it's like it's too hard to get in there to paint. I'm gonna just cover it up later when I do the armoring. Just pretend it's part of it, because I just can't get in there. And I'd rather enjoy this instead of be fucking annoyed at shit that doesn't matter. Let's not have that fucking fling across there again. May pop sound. I think that paint dried out a bit. Add a little bit more. Yeah, I really like the Vallejo range. I just love that. The drop of bottles, it just makes things a little bit easier. god. I don't know why I decided to make gold on one of these these triangle patterns, because that getting onto his fucking cock cover is going to be the most fucking hardest thing to paint. Fuck. Are you still watching? I've got my phone sort of next to me, so I can kind of see a text message if you are. Yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying these rats per se. And to think, I had no idea what I was going to paint them 2 hours ago when I started. I literally just went, cool, just put paint on the brush, go from there. Just me, myself, and I. But I feel like once I get all like the main basing down. Don't break this one, this is the one I fucking broke today. Once I get all like the main basing down, so like skin or fur, pants, armor, I could almost do everything else per rat. The only thing I'm gonna probably do separately will be the big boy. He'll be a solo model in his entirety. A lot differently painting with an express paint, contrast paint. Like it's just, you know, like it's heavily watered down, obviously, like to what you'd maybe used to, like straight out of the pot, like a lace or a Bayer paint, base or base paint. There's something so like oddly satisfying about it though, like just like it just seems to work. Like I know people use contrast paint, you know, or you know, be end all fix all. I think it's supposed to just complement. I think that's what a lot of people just forget. Like it's a makes your job a bit easier. But it's supposed to complement. I'm using it to get like a, you know, hot cloth and everything else sort of, you know, down quickly without stressing too much. You know, doing that by hand, well, when I say by hand, by, you know, by layering, you know, your reds in and whatnot, you know, it'd take fucking forever. Where, you know, I want to spend all that fun time doing all that somewhere else. I seem to keep forgetting that I paint like a fucking goblin up at my eyes. Try and keep it out right just a little bit. Looking like Smeagol in the fucking Ring. I did way too much highlighting back in the day, I think, to try and, I don't know what I was trying to achieve. I think I used the wrong paint from memory, actually. I think I used like a gloss black instead of a matte black, so I put more white primer down on top of, or grey sear or whatever, to try and counteract it, because I thought I fucked it. I'm trying to think, like, why did I paint so much white on the underbelly? Like, when normally, like, if you're doing a Zenithal, you would avoid that. But, like, that's what I can come to the conclusion of. Oh, so we've got skins, pants, well, pants based. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do all the basing. And if I decide to switch, like, try to change it up, I'll do it differently. Now, he didn't have any weapons, where some of these days do, so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to paint those with. Do I make them... Oh, I think making the brass knuckles brass kind of be where it's at, right? Some more of this Nocturne green. This is a great... I didn't want a black. Because black is just, you know, like, yeah. Black is just a very generic armor, I feel, you know. Like, even, like, current orcs I just did. You know, they're black armor. So this green just, I think it just changes it up for you. Music reminds me a little bit of Arc Raiders. But like a rock version, which I fuck with. Painting as a goblin, sorry. My paint's mine. Oh, I forgot the guy just ties his feet. Oh, I forgot to do fucking 2 people's feet. Oops. That one's easy to go back and fix. This guy's got a mechanical leg. But I'm gonna still do a green. I'm gonna come back and do something special for that, I think. So we'd say Nocturne Green tastes like how it should. So I did that belt, and I reckon, you know, I'm gonna leave that because I ended up doing that differently entirely on the original model. So instead of going for what I did originally, I'm just gonna leave that blank. It'll be a bit easier, I think. This Nocturne Green I actually think would be really cool on those Horus Heresy miniatures, I think. Thinking about the days of Critica Online. You know, that's where I started this sort of channel, was to do Critica things, and I do miss it. But okay, now that was a game and a half, eh? Fuck's sake. It's the same fucking miniature too. Oh, it broke his fucking hand too. That's fucking annoying. So now I have to fucking fix this guy. Put him aside, I'll fix him afterwards. That's really annoying. It's this thing, it snaps. Fuck's sake. Well, actually, he's not that hard to glue back together, so it's not too bad. It's annoying, but it's not too bad. Oh, it takes a lot of the fun out of everything when that happens. Don't want to do any more now, but I will persevere. I want to make a container for him. Don't lose any bits. Put that there. Put this upright. Step him aside for now. It's really annoying, but what can you do? The whole thought process now is just not think about the one I just broke and try and get these guys. Mostly painted. Actually missed a fair bit of fur on this one. I was thinking I should do some gold accents on these, but can I be fucking ass? I don't know. This is why I hate that training, because you fucking... Okay, well, I got one more to do after this. Fuck. Fucking hell. Why are we painting the same fucking colour? Fuck's sake. I'll turn green. Tastes yummy. Whew. Last fucking green. I'll fix the other rat and then I'll call it a night, I reckon. I knew I'd have broke that fucking rat. I missed a whole bunch of fucking red on this guy too. Missed the feet on this one fucking too. This is the last time I'm Zenithal higher than anything. Holy shit. Black is just so much easier to deal with. Right. Before to close it up, I gotta fix this other boy. I have a super glue. Where is it? I have to fucking hold this guy for ages. Maybe get some of that magic set spray, whatever it's called. I'll have to wait till tomorrow morning if that's dry, I think. So I got, what have we got? We got 6 sorted done. This guy. Oh, I just got an idea of how I can moderately fix this. I do what I did on my dwarfs. Just do this a little bit differently when it comes to everything else later on. I use some technical mud, that should, but yeah, I'm much happy with that. Let's fix that patch. So the way we'll do the basing is we'll do the mud, the technical Stirland mud, and then use the $2 grass, $3 grass, whatever, dunk it in, and you should theoretically get, I don't know, this is it's really hard to see it on there. There's a lot more detail. This webcam sucks. Anyway, that's me.